Hello everyone, this is take probably number 8 of my GarageBand tutorial because I keep messing up, but that's okay because I'm gonna make it work. So, you can use this on any Apple product because it is an Apple application, so an only Apple product. So you're gonna open up GarageBand. This probably won't pop up for you because this is an old project of mine, but it's going to give you the option to choose, make a new project, and you say empty project, and it's going to ask you what kind of track you want, and you're going to click on the one with the microphone because we're recording with microphones. Now, if you are using, first of all, okay, let's go to preferences and audio. This is just to make sure that it's recording from the right device and that you're hearing sound from the right device. So if you're using headphones to listen, then you'll go make sure the built-in output is the output device chosen, so you can listen through headphones that are plugged into your computer. And if you're using the headphone mic to record, you're going to want this to be built-in microphone. If you're using a USB microphone to record, then it should show up here and say the name of the USB microphone. Now the second thing we're going to do is import the learning aid so that we can listen to it while we sing along. And you can go over here and type "Blessed be the ties," and then you can just drag that right in. This is once you've downloaded "Blessed be the ties" to your music library. Now, or you can go into Finder, search "Blessed be the ties." If you've downloaded it to your computer, it'll be in here somewhere. Oops. And just drag it right in. The most important thing to make sure is that you've dragged that lined up right to the start. That way everybody will start at the same point. Now, if you press play over here or with the space bar, you should be able to hear it playing in your headphones. You can't hear it on this tutorial because I'm wearing headphones to listen. The tempo is automatically probably going to be set to 120. So that isn't the same tempo as "Blessed Be the Ties" is in. So you're just going to want to turn off metronome because otherwise it's going to mess you up. This button right over here, input monitoring, is also down here. We'll just make sure that you can hear your own voice in your headphones as you are recording. And even now as I'm speaking, I can hear it. It's just that you can hear your voice in your headphones when it's not doing the playback. So if I'm going to record and press over here, it'll give you a 4-bar count in if that is selected. And to press record. Blessed be the ties that bind. Great. Now, you can press the space bar to stop it. And if you want to go back to the start, this arrow will take you there, or you can just drag this here, or press enter, all of the above. And you can press the space bar to listen. And that's great. You should be able to hear your own voice. You're going to want to make sure, before you record a whole bunch of stuff, that when you listen to only your track, this isolates your track, your selected track alone. That when you listen, you can't hear this other track in the background, because sometimes if you're recording with your headphone mic, it's close enough to your headphones that it'll pick up some of the sound. And that's the case in this. I can hear some of it. So I'm going to want to make sure that I turn the volume of this track down so that I can still hear it, but so that it isn't super loud that it gets caught in the recording. So I'm going to click on this and delete that just by pressing delete, and I can start again. It'll start recording wherever this track playhead is. And now when I record, the ties that bind. Okay. This looks like a good, like, gain, which is, I guess, the amount of power, or the amount of volume, sort of, that it's picking up. And I don't want it to be so loud that this gets cut off. Like, for example, this controls the recording level. So if this is way up here and I start singing, our hearts imperfect, this is like really high. Okay, it's not bad, but you want it to look a little bit less, because if you can hear with this input on, you can probably hear a lot of background noise in the room. So you're gonna want it low enough that you can't really hear background noise in the room, but you can still hear your voice. This is probably going to be about a good size. So this looks too big. If you can't see this at all, it's probably either that this is too low or that your input over here that we talked about is wrong, isn't selected to the right thing. Now you can delete some of it if you want, if you liked that first part, I guess. But you should probably try to go a whole section at a time, otherwise it might sound choppy. But you can definitely split the song up by sections and then start recording where you feel comfortable. Something nice about GarageBand is that you can copy the lyrics, go on this notepad right here, and you can just paste them right in. I don't have them copy pasted, but you just paste them right in, and then when you're recording, you can look at them right here, which is nice. Let's see, that should be good. Now when you're, here, let's say I have something. The ties that bind. Okay. Now, let's say I'm all done, I like everything, and I want to send it off. You're going to highlight all the way. You can zoom in and out on the trackpad here just by pinching your fingers. But let's say I want all of this, which I do. Either way, whether you do a part of the song or not, you should highlight all of this so that it aligns nicely for Walt and Brian and whoever else is mixing. So you're going to want to highlight all the way from number 1 to the end. The end can be a little bit longer, as long as it gets to here. It can be a little bit longer because they can just cut that end off. But it's really important that the start is right here at 1. Now, before you go, you're going to want to delete this track by pressing Command Delete, or going up into track and pressing delete track like that. And then you're going to share it, song to music. Let's say do tenor cease. You click here on export cycle area only, because that's what I've highlighted, and you want to make sure this is highest quality. You don't need it to be uncompressed because that'll probably be huge, but highest quality is great. And it's going to pop up right into your music right here. It should. And there it does. It'll probably start playing too. Yep. And that sounds great. And then I can just send that off. I can open it in Finder and then just share it from there. There it is. Perfect. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at cecilia.p.lopez.20@dartmouth.edu. You can message me in the group me, or reach out on Facebook or anything like that. I'm happy to answer any questions. Hopefully this was helpful and you can figure it out. It isn't too hard, but don't feel bad if you don't get it right away. It takes a little bit of time, and then it should be fine getting used to. But yeah, thank you for listening, and good luck.